Here's everything that happened in America in the last 12 hours. Georgia officials challenged the FBI's seizure of 2020 Fulton County ballots, calling it an overreach that disrupts state election authority. Federal officials said the records are tied to an ongoing criminal inquiry. Iran said it will not give up uranium enrichment and signaled Washington is not treating talks seriously. The statement hardened Tehran's position as nuclear diplomacy continues under rising military pressure. Police arrested protesters outside a federal building in Minneapolis after a tense anti-immigration demonstration. Authorities said objects were thrown at officers and multiple charges are under review. A CNBC report says new Epstein file disclosures are intensifying pressure on Washington as lawmakers demand fuller transparency. The controversy is widening divisions over what remains redacted and who should review unsealed records. President Trump moved to exclude key Democratic governors from a traditionally bipartisan White House gathering during the Governors' Summit. Democratic officials called the move a break with precedent and a blow to federal-state cooperation. An AP review of federal records says investigators found no evidence of a formal Jeffrey Epstein client list that could support broad criminal charges against prominent men. Prosecutors said Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell remained the central charge figures. Repure's Mike Lawler said a Trump-posted image mocking Barack and Michelle Obama was racist and unacceptable. His criticism added to Republican backlash over the post's fallout. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said U.S. officials gave Ukraine and Russia a June target to reach a peace framework. He said talks are expected to continue as attacks on infrastructure persist. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries said Democrats will block Trump's push to nationalize the 2026 midterms. He argued election administration belongs to states and warned federal takeover efforts would face court challenges. Democrat Chasidy Verrett Martinez won a Louisiana special election in a district Trump carried by double digits in 2024. Her victory gives Democrats a fresh organizing boost ahead of the midterms. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called Trump's claim about renaming Penn Station in exchange for funding an absolute lie. He said no such deal was offered and transit funding decisions remain separate. The Trump administration's cuts to federal science programs are squeezing small firms that rely on research grants and contracts. Business owners say canceled awards and delayed payments are forcing layoffs and project shutdowns. Immigrant rights organizers in Minnesota say federal raids have intensified despite public protests and legal pressure. Advocates report growing fear in neighborhoods as agents use more aggressive tactics during operations. Green Day is set to perform in a high-profile Super Bowl segment, adding major music star power to this year's event. Producers say the appearance is part of a broader strategy to boost halftime and broadcast engagement. Debate is growing in bond markets after Kevin Warsh floated, reviving a formal Fed Treasury accord on policy boundaries.